Hi, how are you doing?
Good, how are you, sir?
Real good, thank you. Have a seat.
Thank you.
Uh, well, I'm gonna ask you a series of questions. I expect you to ask honestly to all of them. So here they are. Um, why do you want to sell cars?
Why do I want to sell cars? Because I've always been a car enthusiast. I've always loved being near cars, seeing cars, driving cars, and I've always had a huge passion towards them.
Okay, real good. Why do you apply to our dealership?
Why did I apply to your dealership? Your dealership has one of the best known cars that have been sold here. Everywhere I turn around, there's a car that's been sold from your company, from your place, and it's very, very. It intrigues me a lot because it's something that you don't see everywhere you go.
Exactly. Good, good. Why did you leave your last job?
I left my previous job because I didn't like the way that things were going for me. Most of the things that I didn't feel like I could give my full potential. I was a waiter, and I just didn't like it. You can't be near cars. You can't, and it's something that I've always wanted to do, be near cars. So that's why I applied to here.
Okay. Do you consider yourself a people person?
Yes, sir. I consider myself as a people person. Like I restated, on my previous job, I had a job where I was a waiter. You,
Mm,
as a waiter, have to build a bond, a contract, or a relationship with your customer. That way you can be able to sell them more things, but also be able to get to know them, get to know another person and know their interests.
okay, real good. Do you think you could be a successful salesman, car salesman?
I believe I can. I know a lot about your company. I know a lot about the cars that you have produced or that you have sold. So that's why I decided to come here and become a car salesman. It's something I've always wanted to do.
Okay. How do you feel about the amount of hours in the car business?
The amount of hours in a car business, I like them. I love them. In fact, it's from 8 to 6 in the afternoon, and then you keep on going. The only days that we have off is Sundays, and I like having Sundays off because I go to church with my family, so it works out even for me.
Okay. How much do you know about Ford cars?
I know a lot about Ford cars. I'm a huge car enthusiast, like I've restated, and being a car enthusiast, my favorite car is the Mustang. Mustang goes with Ford, and I had to do my research to find out when it was produced. And as I was finding out when it was produced, I found out I was able to find more information about your vehicles, and that's why I know a lot about it.
Really good. Do you have any hobbies?
Yes, sir. I have hobbies. I love to work out. I love being in the fitness community. I love taking videos of myself and posting them on my YouTube channel. I go to car meets. I do everything I can that's related to cars.
Do you think you would be good at selling yourself?
I believe I would be a good car salesman because I know what each engine and each car has that could interest a customer. That way, if a customer comes up to me and asks me, "Hey, I want a car that has this," I can easily take them and point them to the right direction and sell them the car.
Would you rather sell new cars or used cars?
If I had to choose, I would rather do both, but
Well,
looking at the community right now, I would rather go with used cars. Used cars is something that everybody goes for. Rich people or higher end people tend to go for the new cars, but people like me or someone else, they'd rather go for the used cars because they're low in price, a little bit high in mileage, but doesn't really interest them. They're looking for something to transport them from A to B.
exactly. Do you get along with people?
Yes, sir. I am a good person. I like to get along with people. At my previous job, I made a lot of relationships that were worthwhile. If you were to see them with me, you would see them happy because I'm a people person. I like making people happy.
Okay. So Chris, are you a goal-oriented people?
Yes.
Person? I mean, sorry.
It's okay. Yes, sir. I am a goal-oriented person. I like to set myself some goals in my life to find out where I'm going in my life. Like in 5 to 10 years, in these past 5 to 10 years, sorry, I've always wrote down a list saying of what I want to accomplish. And one of those was to be a car salesman because I've always loved cars, so this is what I should do.
Okay. What did you like about your last job?
My last job, I liked it because I was able to create bonds, memories, relationships. Stuff like that matters to me because if you're able to build that with one section, you can build it to another and keep building it. Those previous relationships you had, you can bring them over to your new business. My previous customers that I had on my other job, the relationships, I can take them over to the dealership and probably sell my car.
So tell me, what did you dislike about your last job?
One thing I disliked about my previous job was that people were always late. They were never on time, and we never had a good sense of how we could be on time. I was always 15 to 20 minutes early every day.
That's good.
And the previous employees, they always came in late, they called in late, they called in sick when they weren't sick, and that's just something that I didn't like, so that's why.
Okay. What did your coworkers at your last job say about you?
My last coworkers, they would say that I'm a great person, that I'm funny, that I'm always happy, that I like to make people laugh. I'm a hard worker, I'm always on time. It's just some of the few things that they would say about me.
Do you mind working a few extra hours?
I would love to work a few extra hours. It wouldn't hurt me because I would be doing something that I love in my life. I love being around cars, and being around Ford is something that I would love to do.
Okay, really good. Where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years?
In 5 to 10 years, I see myself as where you are right now. I wish to sit next to you or sit in your spot. I don't want to kick you out, but that's just something that I want to do. I want to see myself as a CEO of this company. I want to be the boss, but that's something I'm going to have to work up towards to if I get this job.
Exactly. Well, that's gonna be it. It's really nice meeting you, Chris. We'll consider your answers. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir. It was nice meeting you.